Hello. This episode of The Disruptors is brought to you by Disruption Theatre.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to say welcome back, but that's impossible because we've never met. Hello for the first time and welcome to the Disruptors podcast. My name is Sebastian Pratt and this is my co-host,
Henry Beggs.
Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to our podcast. This is my first time on a podcast.
It's my first time ever on a podcast, yeah.
Great. So we're losing our virginity together.
Well, I'm glad it's with you.
It's not the first time.
We'll get there.
I feel like we should lay down some ground rules and just be both sure. What do you think?
Don't be too rough to each other.
Yeah, like
Yep.
Emotionally,
Physically.
yeah.
Metaphysically.
Yeah.
No,
I'm all right with that.
All right.
Talking more about the podcast.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, of course.
I'm curious to what you think the age range of people who are going to be listening to this.
Look, I'm hoping with how we've started, a little over the age of 16,
Okay.
at least.
Yeah, well, I just think the content of the show that we're going to be producing, Project Mosaic, which is what we're part of, it's not
For a young audience.
It's not for a young
No,
audience.
definitely
People aren't going to understand, although I think family members will be coming. But that said, if anyone is under the age, they would be here with their parents.
Yeah, and I guess there is a trigger warning / content warning for those people, which is obviously we're gonna outline that before they sort of go in or before they even buy tickets.
Before they buy tickets. Well, I mean, if they buy tickets,
Yeah.
because we might be online.
We might all be online, which is going to be interesting.
We might just be in the Matrix.
I love that movie.
I'd be all right with that.
Is that the one with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, that guy.
Yep, love it.
It's with John Wick.
Yep, Jonathan Wickington.
Yeah, I
Great
forgot his
movie.
Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson.
So I think first things first, we should talk about who we are, what we're doing.
We should. Would you like to go first?
I'd love to go first.
You'd love. All right. Go ahead.
Like Seb said, my name's Henry. I'm actually head of publicity and a deputy stage manager.
Yes.
Yep, I just double checking. Well, I mean, we all do really everything in this whole production. We have outlined roles, but we all just like sort of jump on the whatever bandwagon needs to be done. Sort
Definitely.
of thing. So I'm behind the social medias and sort of behind organizing what you guys see and how you guys see it.
So you're running this podcast, are you?
Yeah, I'm part of it.
Wow, that's amazing.
I'm glad you're here, though.
So are you technically my fuck? Are you technically my boss?
I think we're co-bosses.
We're co-bosses?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I could promote you, but you can promote me?
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that. We'll overtake our teachers.
Yeah,
and then we'll grade
we might just
out.
run the uni eventually.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
We'll grade our work by the end of the week.
That's a HD.
You know what? I didn't do too well. I'm going to give myself a D.
Okay, D plus.
C plus, yeah.
Yeah, well, who are you?
All
Tell them all
right.
about
Well,
you.
I'm Seb, as we discussed. I'm actually the production manager for this production, which means not much at all. I look over everything. There's creative directors and creative managers as well. Essentially, their job is to look at the content of the show and how well it lines up with our theme and what we're going for. Whereas my side is to look at, obviously, the technical aspect of it. So right now we're in a little bit of a weird situation.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to be close together, but the basis of acting is be close with other people. I think there's a couple of scenes where so-and-so goes, and he kisses him on the lips. And I'm like, well,
You better not be kissing anyone.
can't do that,
mate.
mate.
Better be.
Let's push it back to August when this whole thing is over.
Yeah.
Hopefully, and
Metaphorical
then you can
kiss on
kiss
the
each other on the lips.
Well, I just can't wait to kiss the other.
I just can't wait. Yeah, it's on my calendar. What are you doing today? I think I'm kissing someone on the lips. I can't remember who though.
Scott Morrison gets in front of everyone. And he's like, "All right, everyone,
Ladies and
kiss on the
gentlemen,
lips."
I'm going home to kiss my wife. I don't know what he talks like. With production manager, the first thing they said was, your production and manager, or as we like to call you, the PM, because it's the initials of the role. And I said, oh, so I'm Scott Morrison. And they said, absolutely. I'm like, oh, great. I can't wait to be absolutely hated by the entire cast. And look at me now. I'm already there, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, that's who I am.
That's why they put me in the role, because they needed a poster boy to be shat on.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
hated.
someone's got to.
They're like, you know what?
You've got
They
friends.
they love me in a love-hate relationship.
They love to hate you.
They love to hate you. They hate to love me.
Yeah.
So that's our roles. So we're going to move on to we're not good at running podcasts. It's our first time.
It's the first time for everything.
First time ever, guys.
I wish I was Hamish and / or Andy. They seem like.
I wish I was funny. You know.
Yeah, I wish you were funny.
I just on my notepad for our audio listeners out there. I just opened my notepad and out fell something called Drinkopoly, which is Monopoly with alcohol. So, you know, any kids listening, you should have be gone by now. However, if you'd like a copy of it, all I need is your address.
And subscribe to my Patreon.
Yeah, go to my OnlyFans. It'll be on there with a couple of feet pics. All right. So next on my agenda that I wrote, little S next to podcast plans. So obviously this is the introductions because you've never met us before, but now you have. So congratulations, you've met two of the dumbest people on earth.
I am Henry.
Just stop looking in the mirror, mate. You're not one of us.
You're really defending yourself quickly after insulting yourself.
Self-depreciating humor is my tagline of comedy.
Yeah.
Makes me cry. So yeah, this podcast is about our production. We are a production company called Disruption Theatre, and we are running a theatre production called Project Mosaic. It's going to be put on in a couple of weeks' time, and essentially this podcast is publicity, since you're the publicity head
me.
and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
the
my
production manager. Oh,
Yeah.
who would have known? So over the next couple of weeks, we'll start releasing these episodes one by one. You can either watch it on YouTube with the video clip, or if you prefer ASMR-like and not seeing our beautiful
Do you want to do
faces.
some ASMR?
Is this ASMR?
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of me. I hate ASMR, so when I do ASMR and I can hear it, it's
even worse.
it's terrible.
You're doing
I
great,
feel like a
Haskell,
terrible
son.
human being.
I
I'm
love
not a
you.
fan of this, actually. We're gonna let's move on from this bit. This bit sucks.
I hope it works.
Yeah, I hope everything.
I hope someone gets a bit of oh yeah, thanks, Dad. Like from this.
Yeah. Now I think about it, thank you very much. I'm a big fan of ASMR now. Or we've just turned everyone off of it.
I mean, they might just like, you know what? I'll quit this.
Yeah.
I'll afford this.
You know what? These guys smoke. I'm not going to smoke.
They're driving
anymore.
their car. They're listening to Spotify. Like, I might just crash. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks a lot. I'm going to ride a bike from now on. So anyway, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to have some guests on. Majority are going to be the heads from each of our departments. I think tomorrow we've got the music department and the dance department coming in.
Yep.
I think
Doing
so.
Yep.
So yeah, be sure to tune in for those episodes. They're going to be very interesting about their specific areas. We'll try to make it interesting.
Who are we getting in for dance? Who's the head of
For
that?
dance, I believe it's the head, Eloise.
Yep.
And for music, it's the two co-heads, which would be Daniele and Tim.
Yeah. Good guys. Great guys.
Great bunch of people.
Great fellas.
Love them to bits.
Yeah. They're actually like the team this year is really good, and everyone's sort of
Yeah.
just on the ball
It's-
and kind of like just like, oh yeah, look after each other because of what's happening in the
Yeah,
world.
this has definitely been a very strange situation. The way the course is run is it is still a course. We're uni students, in case we didn't mention.
Yeah,
That's why we look so
We're
adolescent.
through the University of South Australia.
Yeah,
We're doing a live performance production, and this is a production company through that.
Yeah. So the teachers run a fake production company, which we try to make as real as possible, and so it's like we're in the industry. However, because the industry has been shut down because of COVID-19, we're off the rails a little bit.
Yeah,
And
it's
we're a steam engine. We're trying to power on. But
we are honestly. It feels like we're like a train, and we're like shoveling coal in, and it's
Yeah,
like "Pfft,
it's-
not gonna burn.
We're out of coal
It's
soon.
just like we just keep shoveling coal. It's like, hey, how about no?
Yeah, we can't wash it off our fingers. It's terrible.
Who are we getting after that? So we got dancers and musicians. Who are we getting after those people?
So we'll probably have the core group directly after that. So that's the management team. So the artistic directors.
Yep.
So they'll come on. I don't know who will get on, but we'll know soon enough. And then I know we'll get hopefully the teachers.
Yeah. Are we getting the actors as well, like the head actors, or the directors as well?
There will be directors, but who are the head actors?
I think
it's kind of like everyone's acting. So
yeah, there's a few. I think because everyone's sort of doing all of the roles of acting, there's no head
Yeah.
actors. Yeah.
I know when we first made the hierarchy to show who reported to who, I had to put in the actors, and I'm like, who the hell do I put as actors?
It was. Yeah, it's a bit up in the air still,
initially, I
but-
put down a couple people who I thought were just doing acting, and then it's like, oh, they're in music as well. I'm like,
Yeah.
let me remove them. And then at the end, I'm just like, you know what? Everyone is acting.
I think instead of getting the heads of acting, I guess we could just get people that are acting in a few scenes. And
Somewhat people
ask them about it.
people who want to be on the podcast,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
who haven't already been on the podcast.
Yeah,
Get some
great
fresh
idea.
faces in.
Yeah.
So,
Get a few new personalities for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. So those are our plans for the upcoming episodes. So we'll have different departments and different people on with different opinions about the show, and we'll try to keep it as
Interesting as
interesting
possible.
as possible. Yeah.
We'll try and
Is that a guideline of podcasts? Be interesting.
be somewhat interesting.
Be somewhat appealing.
Try and be funny.
Yeah, try to be funny, but try not to be too funny because.
Well, I'd like to segue into something that was too funny for the whole class, right?
Good segue. What's the segue? Henry?
So, as you probably know, if you follow the Disruption Theatre on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok,
Be sure to follow, by the way.
or YouTube, we'll plug it. Our logo is a duck, and the duck started. So the origins of the duck, I'll explain this before everything. We started doing Killing Game by Eugene
Ionesco.
That's right. I keep forgetting his last name.
It's all right, I keep remembering it.
It's a long last name.
I got you, man.
Ionesco?
It is a very long name, but you know what? He's dead now. So.
I mean, no, he's not listening.
Yeah.
I hope he is.
If he is listening,
I apologize.
it'd be
sir.
great to have you on our podcast.
Big fan, sir.
Great fan.
So it started there, and we were going to sort of like doing I think we changed it into that play is about sort of making fun of people that go crazy during pandemics and plagues and stuff, and sort of like pokes fun at it. I think we're going to make a like a Monty Python-esque.
Yeah,
sort of show.
it's very Monty Python-esque. It was just a compilation of short skits. So we were going to take the script, take it apart, keep some of the stuff we liked, and then add some stuff we wanted in. And at the start of that, when we were all figuring out what was going on, when COVID-19 was just getting off the ground,
It was low level. And
it was very low level. We were like, "Oh, we'll be fine. It's in China."
yeah,
But in the back of all of our heads, we were like, "Uh-oh," and
this
then
could be bad.
And then it got much worse, and then much worse. And teachers were like, "Oh, this is great. We're doing a play about a pandemic during a pandemic." And a lot of people were very upset
And uncomfortable as well. I
and
think it's
super
understandable as
uncomfortable. And I just went to them. I said, "Look, I'm speaking for myself, and I'm pretty sure at least 90% of the cast, if my grandfather dies because of COVID, I'm not staying.
Yeah,
I am
that's
not
it, yeah.
staying. Like doing
It was a real thing. It turned into a real thing.
yeah, and it could have been. It definitely could have been for any one of us, and I'm sure any of our listeners could have potentially lost a family member. Though Australia is very lucky,
Yeah.
despite
we're doing
having
great,
all
yeah.
the deaths, we're very lucky to have caught on pretty early compared to China and America.
America's crazy right now.
It's I mean, no more than usual. It's at least they shut down the schools.
Yeah, I mean, and there was recently on the news there was a beach party. It was like a nudist beach party.
yeah,
and
that's
it was
right.
crazy.
They
And I
all
was like,
got-
well, this is why you're not going to.
Yeah, this is why you guys are dying.
Yeah, this is why
Like,
America's not like.
Survival of the fittest and also the smartest.
Yeah. From that Monty Python thing, I made I was like, oh, this is cute. I'll make a duck, or a rubber duck, and then I'll cross out his eyes and like make it sort of like a death duck joke. And then I gave him like a little face mask, and he just became this little thing that I liked. And then everyone was like, really, they loved it.
He was so cute.
It was a good, funny, cute joke.
Yeah, cute
and
little
then I was like, all right, duck's done. Let's do something else. And then, but like the duck kept coming up, and everyone was like, we should make duck things. And I'm like, I'm sick of this.
We
duck.
shouldn't. We were from day one when people started going, I really like this duck. We're like, uh-oh.
Oh no, I've made it.
I know where
I've
this
made
is
a
going.
monster.
And it started taking over everything. That we eventually settled on the name Disruption Theatre after a lot of weeks going through it. Because
Yeah,
people
yeah.
can't make up their minds.
It was what was the first production company.
Production
And I was
company.
like, I might quit.
Yeah.
That happens.
There's a point of dad puns being great, but
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
not
like,
a dad yet. I can't make those.
Yeah,
jokes,
I'm not a
you know?
dad yet.
Yeah.
I wish.
Do you?
I mean,
You've
I have
got
a
a
cat.
son. Where's your cat?
Yeah, I have a cat. If you hear any meowing, it's because he's being neglected right now. So I
Yeah,
can
sorry,
talk to
Ralph.
you guys, of course.
We're
So,
taking over.
yeah.
So yeah, the duck became a big thing, and it's cute though, and I
It
like
is.
it now. It's like it's black and white. It's very clean. Everything is kind of looking good with it.
Yeah, I think we definitely needed a logo, and I wasn't fully on board with Disruptor Theatre when we were deciding it. I put up my own
Oh yeah, you had your own yeah.
name, Fifth Wall Productions, which I'm pretty biased to it because I love it because it's
Yeah.
a parody of Fourth Wall, which is breaking the fourth wall to the audience, which is an acting thing. Then I was like, when I was first year uni, I was like, hey, you know what might be cool? Fifth Wall Productions. Whoa, like
Because it's a 5 then IFTH. How'd you spell fifth? I don't know.
oh yeah, so it's 5 So it's fifth, FIFTH, but the first F is replaced by 5.
Yeah.
Because I was pretty edgy then.
Yeah.
And then
Well, that was all yours though as well. Like,
and I was like, I really like this, and it was the runner-up to Disruption Theatre, and I'm like, okay, we'll go with Disruption.
Yeah, Disruptor Theatre works as well.
And we needed a logo, so I am glad we went with the duck, because it would have just been another argument of what do we make our logo? We need something to be recognised by. We have Project Mosaic, but that's the project. We've got the project, but now we need a logo for our company. Yeah. So they just went, oh, let's make it the duck. I'm like, all right, cool.
I mean, that
inside
works.
joke, announce the company spotlight. Terrific.
That's it, yeah. And I'm happy with it though. That's pretty relaxing.
Yeah, hey, it's your brainchild.
It's my child, and now everyone loves it.
So technically you are a dad. Congratulations.
I'm finally dad.
Who's the mother?
Hey, is your fridge running? Better go catch it. Is that a dad joke? I don't know.
Maybe we should just be Dad Joke Company.
Dad Joke Theatre.
Yeah, Dad Jokes Theatre. And we only hire dad actors.
Yeah.
We fire all of our acting cohort.
They have to have children.
They have to have children, yeah.
No adoption, it has to be biological.
They have to be genetic. So even I couldn't be in yet because, well, Ralph is not my son. Ralph is my cat.
Do you want to talk about Mosaic and what the story's about? Or do you want to delve into it? We want to wait till next week, sort of tease it?
I think that might be a good one for the creative researchers, the creative writers, to talk to them. I also don't really know what the story is.
It's a big story.
It's very
in depth.
It's very in depth and strange. It's also not my area of expertise. My job is to tell people if it's feasible to do what they think.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, I really want to do this cool thing with lights. I'm like, well, no. Sucks to suck, buddy, but I'm not doing it. I'm also the only person who knows how to do lighting. So they're like, oh, hey, here's your current job as production manager, but also in the final weeks, you get to do all the lighting. I'm like, oh, terrific.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm looking at the timer right now, Henry. We're on 19 minutes.
Oh, that's great. I think we'll leave it at 20
We've
minutes.
managed to smash through everything.
Yeah.
For our first time, podcast virgins.
Yeah, I mean, thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for
thank you for coming to my house.
Thank you.
Hey,
For
do you want to shake hands?
No, we're 1.5, aren't we?
Should we record our hands shaking?
No.
Did you guys hear that? We were shaking hands. We're both very sanitized. We are currently 1.5 meters apart. Yeah. If any police officers are watching, we're going to go sanitize our hands directly after this.
Yeah.
We're not going to. I thought I was going to touch my face, didn't you? Got you good. So anyway, we better shut this up now because it's been 20 minutes of talking. My throat is so dry.
Listen to this in your car. We'll probably put it on Spotify, Apple Music, a few other podcasts.
All the little areas you will know about it. We'll post it to Facebook. Be sure to follow all our areas. Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. So just look up Disruption Theatre on Facebook, Instagram.
Look it up anywhere. If you see a duck, it's us.
It's no one else.
Yeah, you say,
there's
the duck.
It's my son.
We don't even have a name for the duck, do we?
What should we call him?
Reginald
the duck. I was thinking Eugene just for like a...
Eugene's that's good.
Duck name, yeah.
Eugene. And then,
Eugene the duck. We'll get him next week and put him right here, right, guys?
Yeah,
right.
We'll start for our video watchers and audio listeners. There will be a duck next week.
There will be a duck.
There will be a duck.
All right, thanks everyone.
Right, thank you,
Have
everyone.
a good day, right?
Goodbye.
See you soon.